May you shine in the presence of a rare find. Today, we've got 16 rare finds. This is the one and only Millennium Falcon in the Return of the Jedi box. This is something I always wanted as a kid, but can never ever find one. My mom and I looked for this in the stores all over the place, but never found one. One of my earliest memories ever is looking on the bottom of the shelf and seeing some Ewok indoor playsets from Return of the Jedi, 1983. But never ever saw the Falcon. So now, I've got one. This is an hour. We're at like a little over an hour from my house. Drove all the way up there, hit up some thrift stores, found some more rare finds. When I got it, I was in my car taking pictures with the flash going off. I think the guy I got it from, he's probably like, what the hell is this dude doing? All these flashes going off in his car? Yeah, that was me, taking pictures of this beautiful baby. And this was 100, but I talked him down to 80, and I'm totally fine with that price. There's some cool stuff going on here. Unfortunately, the proof of purchase is not on there anymore, so I mean that was one easy way to talk him down to 80. All the graphics look pretty nice on the main sticker part that's put on there. There's a really sweet Lionel price tag up here for $36.76, and I think in today's money that's like $106, $109. I forget exactly, something like that. So shows you, I guess toys are expensive today in the store, so I guess nothing's changed. Back looks pretty sweet, a little creased here and there, but I mean nothing crazy. And it's completely open. All the tape is kind of deteriorated and fell off. But definitely amazing. I can't wait to display this. I'm going to be looking at it all the time. I'm going to put it right up there on that shelf. And I have the Millennium Falcon toy over in the garage. So if I want to, I can just stick it in here and it'll be back in its home. Okay, next rare find. Sticking with the action figure trend here, I found a Vamp 1982 GI-Joe, and I actually found one of these before in Goodwill, pretty much the same exact one, and it was $1 at a local flea market that happens once a month on the Saturdays near here. That's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting to find this. Okay, next rare find. This is a DVD VHS combo set. The one thing that's a little special about this one is right where my finger is. It's got an HDMI output on the back. So obviously this is a little later released in the VHS era. I thought the HDMI output was pretty cool. And this is actually a little pricey on eBay. People still buy these. I'm assuming to tape their VHS onto DVD maybe. So I looked on the back and there's a problem. And I looked in the manual online as well because I figured that the VHS would also go through the HDMI in the back so you can play your VHS tapes on your HD TV. But that's not really the case. The HDMI only works with the DVD player. So that's a bummer, but people still want them. Next rare find. Christmas Day at the end of last year, my dad broke out this beautiful baby. He said he found it under his steps. He said he might have got it for $1 at a flea market that summer. Dad, if you find any rare finds, you gotta let me know about them. This thing is pretty awesome. I actually had some of this stuff back in the 80s. There's a manual inside that's dated from 1985, and there's a cool, like a little pamphlet with a bunch of manuals and all kinds of stuff you can order from. All kinds of cool things like that. A lot of the pieces are not in there, of course, because they're really small and, I mean, we get lost easily. The box is in pretty nice shape. It's really glossy. It's got all the colorful images are really still colorful. And this was actually a Christmas present because there's still some wrapping paper left on it. If you look around, whoops, it fell off. There's some up here, and there's like parts where it was torn off from the tape. Look, here you go. There's some vintage 1985 wrapping paper. Okay, next rare finds. And as usual, the next rare finds are VHS tapes. So this box is not as full as it was because I went through them and some of them were kind of moldy. I had to get rid of them and I saved the ones that I could watch. And this is going to be a special rare finds because I've actually watched these tapes so I can talk about the blank ones that are in here and what was on them. Let's go. So, these are 5 slip sleeves that had moldy tapes in there. So I saved them. I'm going to put them over in my slip sleeve collection because I didn't have these slip sleeves at all. So my slip sleeve collection over there, as you can see in this picture, they're getting ready to topple over at any second, but if I had 5 more on there, might be okay. So this was an estate sale. Apparently this person was hired at Chrysler. So I have a sealed, it's a Mopar, sealed The World of Mopar tape. That's pretty cool. Maybe I'll open it and watch that. And this is not a sealed tape, but it's a giant thing with all kinds of brochures for when you get hired at Chrysler, apparently. I've got Chrysler Hazardous Training Sheet instructions from March 1989, and this paper is from 1990 over here. Whoops, I'm dropping all my stuff. And then the rest of the stuff in there is a ton of pamphlets, all kinds of different, like lead, like metalworking, solvents, all kinds of stuff you would want to know about when you're working at Chrysler, I suppose. About how to be safe about doing stuff. Fiberglass, asbestos, all kinds of cool. There's an AIDS program on there. Damn, Chrysler was serious. Okay, back to the tapes. Okay, here we got a pretty cool blue one, and it's a short amount of tape, which means it was a special one. But I watched it, and it's just a training, it's like a video talking about eye surgery and getting corrective eye surgery. Not too exciting. This was a blank one with some stuff that was written on there and kind of crossed off, and it was really faded, but I watched it and got my notes on here. It was the 1991 26th Country Music Awards, and then it has the news from April of 1990, and then it has QVC, a bunch of Elvis items on it. Okay, the next tape is this one. You can kind of tell how old some of the tapes are because they're kind of heavy duty. And that's not mold in there, that's kind of just some dust that's on the disc, not on the tape at all. So you can tell this is like a heavier duty one, and it's from the 80s. I got my little notes back here. It has Good Morning America from July of like somewhere in the 80s, and then it stops working. Okay, got 2 tapes left. This one says Dallas with the date, so I was hoping this was a specific date. They taped off the TV with all the commercials and everything like that, but they taped over it. It ends up being the 22nd Academy of Country Music Awards from April 6, 1987. There's definitely a country music fan. An episode of Cheers from 1993. And then November 9th, 1993 in the news. And Channel 2 News, the news was John Bobbitt. Okay, and the very last VHS. And this mystery white thing. Already watched it. It's another older heavy-duty VHS tape. So I'm going to start looking out for these and hoping that they're from taped off the TV in the 80s. Probably a good sign. So this one actually is pretty cool. It's got Kenny and Dolly, A Christmas to Remember on it. And it's from 1985, from the TV with all the commercials. And it has random 80s news clips taped like after that. And then it cuts off the news. And it shows 1985, taped off the TV, a show called The Colbys, about some rich family doing whatever rich people do. But it's got all the commercials in it. Pretty cool to watch. The show wasn't that cool, but the commercials were awesome. Well, that's it. And remember, like Indiana Holmes always says, keep up the grind, and you'll get a rare find.